Hello, my dear 12th standard students. Welcome to 100 Learning Together. I'm Hashika. I handle physics. So hope you're all doing great. So hope your all preparations are all going in a full swing and you're all ready for your board exams. So in this video, just get ready with us to score centum. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the weightage, the study plan, and a method to study. So I'll be discussing what is the question pattern, what is the weightage from each chapter, from each unit, the number of questions that will be asked, the weightage of the marks we'll be discussing, how do we study, from which chapter do we start, where do we give more importance. So all these concepts we'll be covering in this video. And I'll also teach you a very small method to study, which will be very helpful. It's a proven method and it is gonna only make your studying easier. And a short study plan, like a 40-day study plan for you to properly plan your physics and then score very good marks in your physics board exam. Okay. So first starting with the question paper pattern. So we are all aware of the question pattern. So in section A, we have got 16 questions, out of which 12 questions will be MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. And then we have got 4 assertion and reasoning. Each question carries 1 mark. And then in section B, we have got 5 questions and each question carries 2 marks. Then comes section C, you have got 7 questions and each question carries 3 marks. And section D, you have got 2 case study based questions. So each question carries 4 marks. And finally, we have got 3 long answers, which carries 5 marks. So totally, we'll be writing a paper for 70 marks. And this is the question paper pattern. Now, chapter wise, unit wise, what is the weightage? So we'll always have to be aware of the weightage because it will help us to know how to focus and how to concentrate on each unit. If the chapter is less weightage, you can just go through the chapter, just practice the previous year questions, and it's gonna helpful and you can easily attempt all the questions from it. If it has got highest weightage, you'll have to pay more attention into it. You'll have to solve all the problems in that chapter. So always you'll have to have a proper plan. You'll have to know everything about the question pattern. You'll have to know everything about the weightage, and only then you'll have to start planning. So only then it will be successful. It will be making your work easier. Okay. So here, unit 1, we have got electrostatics, and then unit 2, current electricity. Together, the marks that will be asked is for 16. Okay. And then we have got the third unit, magnetic effects of current and magnetism. And then fourth unit, electromagnetic induction and alternating currents. And you'll get 17 marks from these units. And then we have got electromagnetic waves and then optics, 18 marks. So this is the highest weightage chapter. So you'll have to go through all the diagrams. You'll have to practice the numericals also from this chapter. And then comes the easiest chapter. So dual nature of radiation of matter, and then atoms and nuclei are the easiest chapter. So you can easily score this 12 marks from this chapter. It's not going to take more time to study. Even though these are least weighted chapter, we don't have much of choice in the question paper. So you'll have to go through all the chapters. But these are comparatively easier. The portions are also reduced. So you can easily go through these chapters. And then we have got electronic devices. And you'll get 7 marks from this chapter. And it's one of the easiest chapter. Okay. So you have 2 ways now. Okay. Either start with the easiest chapters and try to complete it faster so that you get maximum of marks. Instead of sitting and studying on one chapter and wasting your full time, you can cover 2 or 3 chapters which are easier. Okay. So which are those very easy chapters among the whole physics syllabus? If you ask me, I would tell semiconductor electronics, atoms, nuclei, dual nature of radiation and matter, current electricity, electromagnetic waves. These 6 chapters are the most easy chapters, and from these chapters you can score around 25 to 30 marks. Okay. So first try to cover these chapters. It's only going to boost your confidence because you have covered out of 14 chapters, you have covered 16 chapters and 30 marks in your hand. So it is only going to boost your confidence and you can easily cover the highest weighted chapters. So with respect to CBSE, you know, understanding the concept is very, very important. You cannot memorize because the questions will be based on your understanding. The pattern has changed. You know, more of understanding based questions, knowledge based questions only will be asked in the board paper. So make sure you understand the concepts, okay? Understand the pattern and then study accordingly. Okay, so this is all that you should know about the weightage and the question pattern. So now coming to one of the most proven study method, PQRST method. Believe me, try and follow this method for at least one chapter. you will definitely notice a difference between the pattern that you followed earlier and the new pattern. So what we'll have to do here is P stands for preview. So when you start a chapter, they would have taught you in the school. So what you'll do, you'll have to just go through it. Okay, what are those concepts that was taught? After going through it, you'll have to ask questions. Okay, so what did we go through? You'll have to ask many questions as possible and then try to find the answers. So when you find the answers, what will happen? When you frame a question and you find an answer, you won't forget it. So that is the main important thing, key point about this method. Okay, so just go through it. You're not going to read it and memorize it. You're just going through what are those concepts, and whatever you could recall, you'll just recall and then start asking questions. Okay, what did we go through? What are the types of questions that we can expect? Then search the answers. Okay, then revise it. Self-reciting means revising. That is very, very, very important. It's just reading it and studying, understanding is not important. You'll have to definitely revise it. Okay, and then finally you can test it with the help of the previous year questions and sample question paper. So remember and understand the meaning. Preview, you'll only skim and scan the text. You'll only know the gist. You're not going to study it completely. Okay, at the first stage you're going to just go through it, and then you'll ask question about what you have read, then find the answers for the questions. When you find the answers, you'll go through it carefully. Now you're reading it for the second time, which is going to be even more helpful for you, and you won't forget those concepts again. And then whatever you read, try to summarize in your own words, revise it. When you summarize it in your own words, it means you have understood the concepts clearly. Finally, test yourself with the previous year questions. So just try this method for one chapter or for at least one topic, and then definitely you'll find a great difference in the pattern that you had followed, and this pattern you will definitely follow throughout. Okay, so this is just a short study plan. How do we score centum? Okay, everybody wants to score centum, right? So what are the steps to score centum? You should have a proper schedule. That's very important. Just having the schedule is not going to be important. You'll have to follow it. So you'll have to manage your time and try to follow it properly. And then identify your weak points. So which do you feel difficult? Do you feel difficult in the long answers? Are you feeling difficult in the MCQs? Identify your weak points and concentrate more on your weak points. Okay, just sitting and learning what you already know is not going to help you. So you'll have to identify your weak points and work on it, and then it will improve your marks. Okay, and then get ready with your study notes. Making notes is very, very important in physics, because that whole of 2 volume in 2 to 3 days gap before your exam, if you're going to sit and study it all together once, it's going to be very difficult. But if you have short notes like this, you can just go through those short notes and it will be very helpful. When you take notes, you have understood the concept and you won't tend to forget it again. Okay, so please make sure you take notes. If you haven't taken yet, try to take notes after this. Okay, practice previous year question and sample papers. This is the most important thing with CBSE board exam. The more questions you practice, it's only gonna be easier. You'll have a confidence when you read the question. You'll know the answer. You can easily recollect it. You'll know how to answer. So more you practice, it's only gonna get better. Okay, so make sure you practice the previous year questions and the sample papers that is given by the board. Okay, so this is about what are the steps that you should follow to score centum. Okay, next, the 40-day study plan. Okay, so now you've got 40 days in your hand. The maximum that you can spend on each chapter is, like, you have got 30 days. In 30 days, you'll have to try and cover these chapters. Say, for example, the semiconductor electronics, atoms, nuclei, dual nature of radiation, current, electricity, and then electromagnetic waves. These are very small chapters. You can easily cover it in 2 days. Okay. Then other chapters which you have already studied many times, say for first chapter, second chapter and all, you would have studied at least 2 to 3 times by now. So those chapters you can cover it faster. So the chapters which you feel you need more importance, take 3 days. You can even spend 4 days on it. Make sure by the end of 30 days, you have gone through all these chapters at least once. Okay, so you are already preparing for your pre-board exams. So make sure you have covered all these chapters in this 30 days. Then the remaining 10 days, what do we do? Practice the previous year questions. One day, at least 2 chapters you can cover. Say, take top 20 questions from each chapter. Okay, so those 20 questions, you can practice it in an hour. So 2 chapters, 2 hours a day, you can cover it in 7 days. And then case-based questions, that is also very important, but you have got very few questions. So if you're going to search only the case-based questions, you can cover it in a day. spend 2 to 3 hours, search the case-based questions and practice it. And then problems in 2 days. Okay, so problems you can't sit and practice everything. So when you study the concepts itself, you should try and make a formula sheet. So formula sheet is also very important. So if you have a formula sheet in hand, then it'll be easier for you to go through it. So once you go through all the formulas, you'll be able to attempt the numericals. The problems will not be that difficult. If you know the formula, if you've understood the question, it'll be very easy to solve the problems. So make sure when you read the question, you split it and read. It'll be even more easier. Okay. So this is about all that you need for your board exam. So I've given you the pattern, I've given you the weightage, I've given you a study plan, I've given you a method to study. So hope you follow all these methods. Just stay positive, work hard, and you'll definitely make it. Okay, so all the best for your preparations. So hope you like this video. Hope this video was really useful. I brought all together that is very much needed for your board exams. So if you like this video, definitely like the button and then share it with your friends so that they also get to study with you. So if you need any other help with respect to 12 CBSE physics, so please do comment there. Okay, so you can just leave a comment there. So when you comment, we'll get to know what is the requirement, and accordingly we can share videos, we can share notes, and whatever is required, we are there to help you. Okay, so hope this was useful. I'll meet you in another video. So till then, bye bye and take care.